I feel awesome. It's so great to see the game finally ship and see everybody get excited about it and show up to get their boxes signed and then go home and play and not sleep and all of that. It's going to be awesome.
So be it. Crazy good.
Recently, I played the Demon Hunter and Barbarian all the way up through Nightmare, and I got the Barbarian about a third of the way through Hell. And every time I play a different character, I decide that that's the best character because there's so many different things, facets to each character to love. And I think people are really going to find that out. It sounds like I'm, just paying us lip service, being a developer. Oh, they're all great, but they really are. I mean, it's just as Julian has explained in some earlier interviews. What they did on the skill side and on the effects side is they do say the first character, which was the Barbarian we started with, and then we did the Wizard. Well, we made the Barbarian awesome, but then we made the Wizard even better than the Barbarian. So then we had to go back to the Barbarian and this has to be as good as the Wizard, and that was kind of like the back and forth process throughout the whole game.
Well, one kind of change that we made was the rate at which we introduced new systems to the player. Earlier, before the beta, we had a lot of things that were coming online right in the first act, and in fact, even in the first few minutes of the act. And then we started to just rearrange the way that those things came online to push them out farther and farther into the game to make it easier for people to get into the game. Another thing that we did was we ended up changing the difficulty based pretty heavily on player feedback. One of the things that we try to do is we're making the games, we'll get used to it as the developers and we'll get bored with it almost to a certain degree and we'll find the game really easy and then we can overreact to that by making the game too hard, so we artificially try to keep it easy, but then after the beta it became apparent that maybe we were making it actually really too easy, so we cranked it up a little bit.
I think it's a compelling game, and I think it kind of piques your interest what the other classes might play like. But there's probably going to be a lot of people who play it once or maybe even at most twice. But that's fine. We crafted it so that they'll have a great experience too. We just know that there's a lot of people, and the reason we know this is from our experience with Diablo II. We just know that there's a big community out there who's going to play the game multiple times. There's still people playing Diablo II literally today. Well, probably not today. They're probably playing Diablo III, but yesterday they were playing Diablo II still.
Their offspring, the imps, sometimes manage to...
It's actually crafted to be a multiplayer game primarily. So the fact that we start you online right away, and then we make so many avenues through Battle.net to encourage people to be able to play together, it's really crafted around the idea of being a multiplayer game. It's certainly playable in a single-player setting, and that's fine for people to do that. But the core of what we do is co-op. That's the style of play that I think is what Diablo is all about.
The auction house is, it wasn't put in there primarily to make money for people or for people to make money off of it. Around Diablo 2 and Diablo 1, there is an industry built up of people like duping items, and that just really kind of lessened the quality of the game for people. So we figured, we should be the place that people go to trade items, because then we can control it. We can make sure that there's no duping of items. We can make sure that people aren't being cheated. We just wanted to improve the gaming experience. It wasn't like we said, hey, let's do something that people can make money off of. It was just, it just kind of came out of our desire to make it a better gameplay experience.
My lord, the prisoner is ready, as you requested.
Well, it's something that we're exploring because we think there's a good possibility here to take this game and I don't want to say port it to the console, but kind of reinvent it on console, so to speak. And that is what our goal would be to do, is to not just port the game, but make it feel like it was born and bred for the console. And that's going to be probably a pretty large undertaking. So our goal right now is just to explore that space and just kind of see what the possibilities are and how far we can take it, and just go from there. It's pretty early for us to announce or speculate about which platforms we might port to.
It has begun.
Leave it, Uncle. It's not important.